I first wish to give a formal apology to the community and anyone who listens to me because I know over the course of the last 3 years, especially, I did a lot of complaining about BAM to the point that it was probably annoying for a lot of you. I know I complained a lot, I whined a lot until I stopped. And now I'm just Team CBL, certified BAM lover all the way through. How the mighty have fallen, but I've come around, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And part of the reason is because of my personal belief and something that I injected into Tower of God that was never actually true. And I've kind of projected that onto the series despite it never being the case. And I want to talk about how people gain strength in the tower. But first of all, let me just kind of say what I'm talking about. I like underdogs and I like characters that work very hard for what they have. I'm not a big fan of bloodline and lineage and just handing out power ups willy nilly. I like when a character goes in the gym, puts in the work. They lose to a character 3 times, and on that fourth time they get the W. You know, like I like that. But when I really think about Liroro's initial speech with that one guy who was tripping, and he's like, "Oh, blah blah blah, this and that," the other, and he's like, "Bro, you can't even handle Shinshu of like level floor, of like the floor 20. You're not ready for this. Move from me. You need luck to be blessed to be born into with a strong body, luck to be blessed to be a like family head or a direct descendant, but luck to be blessed to be born this and that and the other." And I actually do believe that training only gets you so far on the tower. Yama did it to beat Doom. Give him credit. Bam has trained to get stronger with Hajin Sung when he was JVG, on top of when he was fighting like all those dojos when he ended up challenging Daniel and Rachel and stuff when they were trying to get on the Hell Tree initially. He went to a bunch of dojos to learn their martial arts. And like we've seen instances of characters practicing and training with stuff. Chian Hiha is another great example I want to use, and her contrast to Hasacha. It's not that it doesn't happen, it's not that it can't help. But how you're born, your actual lineage, direct descendant, great family, are you an irregular? Are you just, naturally gifted for one reason or another? Like your latent potential and your just initial talent and your like plateau of the ceiling of how strong you could possibly become are based on those things that are like just innate ability, which how you're born, who you're born from, who's your mommy, who's your daddy, who's your grandpa. Like those things matter. Now you can circumvent some of that stuff with tools and weapons. If you have something like Kranos or a very powerful inventory, you can supplement your power. You can create deals with administrators to make like a strong bullet that can kill a higher ranker, but you can only fire two in a day. There are some ways around it, or ways to kind of deal with the fact that that is the case and the truth of the tower. Liroro's initial speech was very true, but I do want to add this: most characters that end up being very powerful are powerful because of external forces bolstering and making their actual innate strength stronger. Caliban has the essence of bravery. Bam's got what, two thorns, Black March, goddamn Blue Demon in him. He's got, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like Leviathan, all that stuff. All of these are inside of him. Goddamn Yama has Arcanak, right? And then the fangs that Wang Wang wants to put inside of him so he can't be controlled and all of those and all that stuff. Like I'm thinking of the blood tammer, I'm thinking of bong bong, all of these weapons that are given or gifted to people. These are the reasons that a lot of these characters are able to stand at the top. The pen was that Tiara has, the pen work was given to her by her father, Pobedao Gustang. Like, if you actually go back and you just kind of peel through the story layer by layer, you would see that this is actually a very consistent thing. And my bitching and whining about it was me not realizing that. So again, I was wrong. I was not correct. Okay, and I'm admitting that. I'm not gonna make this any longer than it needs to be. I just wanted to come out and say that in this tower, in this series, if you want to be strong, you got to be lucky to be born just the right way with the right bloodline, right lineage from the right parents, in the right time, in the right situation, with the right items around you and the right people to guide you. And I think that's interesting in its own right. I can't personally say that I'm a fan of it. It's not my personal preference, but ultimately, execution of these ideas is ultimately how someone is going to take it. So I'll leave it up to you. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'm going to be out before I start to ramble. Peace. As always, I appreciate the Patreon. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Shout out to the CBLs, man. We need y'all here. Y'all be loving Bam. I feel it. But shout out to the Priests of Fire, man. Y'all might be the real CBLs because they be loving Brilith. It's Brilith gang till I die. But a big, huge shout out to the Fifth Zen Gods. Shout out to Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Makai, Revenant, Scope, Shoddy to Your Body, Simi, Tikos, Tino Brown, Zachary Cooper, Zodiac Namco,
Zyler Scotty,
5:28 a.m., Big Abdel, Big Allen, Andrew, Childish Nujabis, Tris, Fairs, and Johnny Rogers. Your support is greatly appreciated. I'm going to be making a subscribe star and making a big content push at the end of this year. So hope you guys will continue to support me. I really appreciate it.